Regular season out, playoffs. It is, it's just one of these things that it has multiple repercussions. Stories, it's like the Jimmy Garoppolo move my New England. And when Garoppolo got traded from the Patriots to New England, you say, well, it doesn't really affect New England, but it makes San Francisco better. But it's going to be a 12-year franchise quarterback with Kyle Shanahan. It could affect the Rams, Arizona, the Seahawks. They may never find a New England post-Brady. The Jimmy Garoppolo move minimum affects 4 teams in that division and New England. And if New England doesn't find a substitute eventually for Brady, then it affects Miami, the Jets, and Buffalo. 8 teams. When stuff happens in sports, it's not in a vacuum. It affects a lot of people. So Kyrie Irving's out. This year, it affects the Sixers. To Christine's point, maybe it motivates them, galvanizes them, chip on the shoulder, and next year they're even better. Then that affects LeBron. How does LeBron view this? Well, in the short term, he's not going to admit it, but LeBron's probably going, you wanted to...
If he is, that's terrible. He should be feeling bad that his old teammate...
Why?
Because it has nothing to do with each other. And now Kyrie has to miss the playoffs because of an injury, which, by the way, it turns out that this is stemming from something that happened in 2015, which is when he was with the Cavs.
Well, but he did have to pass a physical in Boston, didn't he?
Yeah, but you can pass a physical with what happened. I'll tell you in a minute.
If you're LeBron James this morning, let's be real.
Okay.
Let's be 100.
100?
If you're...
Isn't that how you say it?
Yes. I don't know how to say it.
Keep it 100?
Okay. You can be sad that a former teammate got hurt, but happy things didn't work out perfectly for him.
No, if anything, he's probably happy because he has an easier path.
Of course.
But if he's happy that Kyrie's hurt because of some kind of like vindictive thing, or he's mad that he left him still,
don't you
bad.
think LeBron this morning is saying, pretty easy to play with me. Don't have to play 40.
It has nothing to do, like literally has zero to do, because this happened in 2015 when he was still with the Cavs, and he plays less minutes now with the Celtics than he did with the Cavs. And you can't say that Kyrie was riding LeBron, or, riding LeBron's tail, however you say that, because he's playing less now.
Yeah, he's certainly
LeBron needed him. By the way, there were some clutch points that Kyrie made.
Oh, God.
LeBron needed him.
Hey, by the way, LeBron's going to get to the finals without him. LeBron got to the finals with him.
There's a clear path now in front of him.
Well, again, got to be healthy. LeBron always is.
Why?
I don't know. He's a great athlete. He's great, strong.
Yeah, because Kyrie's not a great athlete because of what happened to him. Oh, come on. Who did this? Is that you?
Is it supposed to be sad that Kyrie wanted to be the man?
You're terrible right now.
I'm not terrible.
This man is hurt.
No.
And something happened completely out of his control. And you're playing the mini violin.
By the way, he's got $50 million in the bank and he's back in 5 months. This is not somebody who got in a plane crash. He's fine. He's
missing the playoffs.
Well,
what if someone told you right before the Super Bowl that you had laryngitis and you couldn't speak for 5 months and you had to miss the Super Bowl in your first year at Fox? You got some momentum going. Hold on. You got some momentum going. You're excited to do your first Super Bowl here. You know that the ratings are at an all-time high. And then, bam, 5 months, you're out. What if someone played a mini violin for that?
Okay, play the violin. So the hypothetical, the Super Bowl's coming up and I have laryngitis.
Colin Cowherd leaves ESPN, goes to Fox. He's starting to... I can't do it like you can. You're cracking me up. Starts to get some really great ratings, some momentum building. He's excited about going to his first Super Bowl with the new network and proving everyone at ESPN wrong.
If I had $50 million in the bank, I'd go to Hawaii for 4 months.
You would not. You would be upset. You would be upset.
I'll tell you something. Surfing and pineapples.
You wouldn't be surfing. You would be nursing your voice and drinking honey.
Christine with the news.
No. Turn on the news. This is the Herdline News.
All right, so more has come out about this, and I've been kind of telling you. So the Celtics released this statement. And apparently, following that surgery that he had in mid-March, and that was to remove a tension wire that had been implanted at the same time as the screws were in 2015 when he was with the Cavs.
Yeah.
They revealed back at that procedure. So when they did that, they did not think this was going to be season-ending at all. They thought it was just going to be a couple weeks. But at that point, it was revealed that he has a bacterial infection. So he is going to have that wire removed, the screws removed, and he is structurally fine. The fracture in the patella has completely healed. So he's expected to make a full recovery in 4 to 5 months. So he had a bacterial infection in the site of the hardware. So they're going to take all of that out to make sure that that's not an issue moving forward.
By the way, the playoffs were going to be way more interesting with Kyrie as a viewer, as a consumer.
Yeah.
I like watching Kyrie play.
Oh, wow. You said something nice about him.
No, he's a great player. He's tremendous talent. It bums me out.
It bums me out, too. So he also put up an Instagram. It's really long, so I'll just read a part of it. He said, I have an infection in my knee. It's definitely a moment that I now accept, move past without holding on to all the what ifs, proving the naysayers. Can you relate to this at all? Without holding on to all the what ifs, proving the naysayers completely wrong, and accomplishing the goals I've set out for the team and myself. The season was only a snapshot of what's to come for me. Trust me, the journey back to the top of Mount Everest continues. You can relate to that. Come on.
I don't get infections. I'll tell you what I infect.
You just had an infection a couple weeks ago, Colin.
I infect the podcast numbers at Fox Sports. They go way up. I infect them with the cowherd mojo. I'm just being a jerk. Listen, I like Kyrie Irving. I want to watch him on television. He's not on TV.
Well, stop being so nasty about it.
By the way, John Wall's probably like, finally. Oh, round 1, Celtics, Washington. You know what? I'd still take the Celtics.
I think the Celtics might win that
No, I'd take the Celtics.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, I would.
Are you backpedaling?
Well, John Wall's on minutes restrict. I love Bradley Beal. Beal. But I think Boston's also works their tail off on defense. Boston is, and Kyrie's actually sometimes kind of a little bit of a defensive liability. Now, is Marcus Smart going to come back for Boston? Because he plays defense. He's the other guard that's been hurt.
Get well soon, Kyrie. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
The last time Brock Lesnar fought in the UFC was back in 2016.
Right.
And he has since been in WWE.
Yes, he has.
Dana White is now saying that Brock's ready to make his return to UFC. He's just not sure exactly when.
This weekend, Brock Lesnar, his contract's over. We saw you guys with the Zuffa Boxing t-shirt. Is Brock Lesnar coming back to the UFC?
Yeah, Brock Lesnar's coming back.
So
I don't know when, but yes, he is.
You know, Conor always says it's red panty night when they fight him. It's Monday night when Brock Lesnar comes back. I told you what he told me about UFC 200. He goes, it's Christmas early.